Let's get into this. YouTube Crip is facing 30 years after flexing guns.
Man.
And paperwork says he snitched. So without further ado, man, let's get this bit popping. You know the drill. For how you feel. Pop you like a pill. Hey, talk piece 100 at the links in the description. Turn me up in the comment section. If you want to react to any video, I'll leave it in the comments and I got you on God. But hey, man, check this out. I'm live on Twitch right now as I'm recording this video. So I need y'all go to Twitch and follow me. If you want to hit that like and subscribe button, slap the dog shit up at yourself, because that's the first thing you should do when you come to my channel, alright? But I need y'all to go subscribe to my backup channel and run me up over there to 1K, because they just demonetized me over here. So ain't no telling, they can delete my channel at any point, you know what I'm saying? But hey, man, I ain't gonna hold y'all up. Let's get into this. YouTube Crip is facing 30 years after flexing guns, man. Paperwork says he snitched. Says who snitched. I ain't gonna say he snitched. Let me not say that. I take that back. So if anybody felt some type of way about me saying that, I take that back. It says who snitched. I don't know if he snitched, but it says who snitched. But let's get it poppin'.
And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090J, man. I'm rocking with y'all. Y'all rocking with me. First and foremost for this video, I don't respect how much people reached out to me. Happy as hell that Pino got locked up. I don't wish jail on nobody. But at the end of the day, when you stop pointing fingers as to who snitched on you, I'm gonna wait till that paperwork drop, and I'm gonna tell y'all exactly who snitched on Pino. May 13th, 2021 at approximately 9:37 p.m., Detective Jesse Elrod, who's assigned to Broward County's gang unit in the FBI South Florida Gang Task Force, was actively monitoring several Instagram accounts, one of which was Ali Boo Brandon Boo. This particular account has been regularly monitored for the last 6 to 9 months and has since been identified as belonging to 32-year-old Brandon Smythe. An inquiry into Brandon's criminal history revealed upwards of 33 criminal charges and multiple felony convictions in the state of Florida, such as grand theft $300 to $5,000, burglary of an unoccupied dwelling, burglary of an occupied dwelling, and grand theft of a motor vehicle. In addition, Brandon was previously identified as a Crip gang member by the Florida Department of Corrections, which is consistent with photos and videos on Brandon's Instagram. While monitoring Brandon's account on May 13, 2021, Detective Elrod observed an Instagram story of a photograph with the hashtag #KeepItWithMe, depicting a white male pointing a black rifle inside of an indoor gun range. An emoji was placed over the face of the male in an attempt to conceal the male's identity.
I hope them is permanent goals, because boy, your birth is probably funky. Kinfolk.
Photo was a meme, then a photo of Brandon with a small child, presumably his son. The next video depicted a black rifle, which appeared to be the same as the first photo. In addition, the video also included a part where a magazine is picked up, displaying at least 2 rounds of ammunition. The video was geotagged as Pompano Beach, Florida, which would later be determined was false. The following day, detectives responded to Gun World of South Florida, located in Deerfield Beach. Making contact with staff members, detectives were directed to an employee who worked the previous day and identified Brandon as the individual who was present the day before, while providing a sworn taped statement regarding his interactions with Brandon and a female he arrived with. According to the employee, Brandon and the female rented ear protection along with a Glock 44 .22 caliber pistol and a Smith & Wesson AR-15 .223 caliber rifle. The pair purchased 2 paper targets, ammunition, and paid range fees. Shortly after, Brandon took custody of the items and traveled inside of the range with the female. Brandon can be seen loading and shooting the firearms, and at one point the rifle malfunctioned, requiring assistance from an employee who resolved the issue before returning the firearm to Brandon, who then fired a series of several shots downrange while the employee was present. The aforementioned sworn statement was substantiated by surveillance footage which recorded Brandon while at Gun World of South Florida. On May 18, 2021, a need to identify flyer was generated for the white male seen at Gun World of South Florida on May 13th. Officer Lewis of the Coconut Creek Police Department was able to positively identify 32-year-old Brandon Smythe as the individual depicted on the need to identify flyer. According to Officer Lewis, he previously arrested Brandon on April 28th when he saw a Ford take an unlawful right turn. He conducted a traffic stop and identified the driver and sole occupant as Brandon Smart by his driver's license. While speaking with Brandon, the officer smelled a strong odor of marijuana, and in plain view between the door and driver's seat, saw a bag of marijuana and loose marijuana all over the floorboard and inside of a cup in the cup holder. When asked if marijuana was inside of the vehicle, Brandon retrieved a large plastic bag of marijuana from a shoebox that was on the passenger side floor. Probable cause was established and a total of 158 grams separated in various bags was discovered, and Brandon was arrested for possession of over 20 grams of cannabis. Now, Brandon has been positively identified by two sources.
They arresting niggas in
a gun.
Weed ain't legal in Florida? Nah, weed legal in Florida, bro. It might not be recreational, but man, 20 grams, bro. You got arrested for 20 grams, bro. 20 grams. 20 grams?
Range employee who had a first-hand interaction with Brandon, and a sworn law enforcement officer who identified him by flyer and previously arrested him. As a result, Brandon Smart was arrested June 23, 2021, down the street from his listed residence in Oakland Park, Florida, and charged with 2 counts of possession of a weapon or ammo by a convicted felon. A second-degree felony punishable by up to 15 years in Florida State Prison, on top of a 3-year minimum mandatory sentence on each count, not including his previous felony arrest for marijuana, which is a 3rd-degree felony punishable by up to 5 years in prison. What's even dumber about this entire situation is Brandon had his probation terminated April 6th, 2021, and didn't even last a month before being arrested. So who snitched on Pino? Pino went to a fucking gun range with a female who I'm assuming is his BM, because that's the only female I've ever seen him with, right? So let's say that's what it is. You go to a gun range with your baby mama. You got someone to watch your kids so you could go to a fucking gun range. And if you've ever been to a gun range, every corner of it is under surveillance, liability issues, people doming themselves inside of the gun range. Every little bit is under surveillance. So you're seen walking in, renting 2 guns, firing them, the shit jams, the employee comes up, clears it, and you start firing again. Then you have your BM record you with the gun so you can put it on your Instagram. You told on your fucking self. Now you're facing up to 15 years on 2 different counts, which adds up to 30. 3 years minimum mandatory, which would be 6 minimum mandatory in the Florida Department of Corrections. And the feds can pick up this case because you're a felon in possession of a firearm, which is also a federal crime. You told on your fucking self. You can't point your finger and say Mighty Mouse, your sex offender homeboy, told on you. You can't point it and say Milk told on you. You can't say K-Frog told on you. And the reason I cut you off is because you implicated your own co-defendant on another case. The paperwork clearly says you implicated her. You said that wasn't yours.
This nigga right here not playing no guys. This nigga 1090 Jake is not playing no guys. This nigga is for real about this shit.
Statement that was the police's statement, right? You said you got your discovery. You showed your discovery proving you didn't snitch. I'm the one that called you and told you to go get your discovery from the Broward County clerk to clear up your name, and you told me the Broward County clerk is closed because of COVID. So how the fuck did you get your discovery? You didn't show anyone a discovery. You never cleared your name off that. You admitted to admitting in every other case that you took responsibility, right? You admitted to what you did. So in every single case you've self-snitched on yourself, you implicated your co-defendant, you went on No Jumper and told him that you were tricked by the people investigating you, right? You only get tricked if you tell. What else did you get tricked into doing? So now you're online accusing people of snitching on you because people are coming down on you for going out to LA, the motherland of 107 Hoover, not linking up with any of them. You thought you were a Hoover Crip. Come to find out you're supposed to be criminal, but you didn't know that. So you're gonna have to tell Broward County they got it wrong. You're not even a fucking gang member. And then not only that, you rode around to all the op hoods with a registered sex offender. But I understood it when no one else did, because I've been to Florida State Prison. And the Crips and the GDs tie flags, and 90% of the GDs fuck boys in the Florida prison system, right? And Mighty Mouse, in my eyes, is the same as a booty bandit.
What the fuck?
He's big, he can fight, and people are scared of him, so no one says nothing until a real gangster steps on the compound and says fuck him. And sadly to say, as much as you've been hating on him, Milk 7-4 was the one that really applied that pressure on Mouse. And that pressure got applied on you because you did multiple videos with him, you rode around with him, you brought him to your house, right? Crip and GD, just like in prison, doesn't matter if anyone's a booty bandit, y'all cool with it until the real one steps down and applies pressure. Now you want to switch it up? I never knew about it. Bullshit, bro. I know you know that I know you knew. But it is what it is, right? You're trying to clear your face. You wanted to prove you're so fucking gangster. It took you to 32 to catch a gun charge, and now it's blowing up back in your face. I'm not happy for nobody to get arrested. I don't know why somebody would record you, even if you're too stupid to realize it. I don't know why someone else would record you at a fucking gun range. But you can't say anyone is snitching on you when the paperwork clearly states you snitched on yourself posting this shit on Instagram. And this all comes back to the reason I cut you off in the first place, right? We were straight. Man. You brought my name up on Lockdown 23-1, claiming I didn't have a name on Appalachia. You came to ACI a year after I left. Of course you're not gonna know me, just like I never knew you. You had a paper that says you implicated your co-defendant. I asked you to clear your name. You said you didn't give a fuck about YouTube. I asked you to delete your channel or I'm gonna put you on blast, and I didn't even know you deleted your channel. You did though. You took the channel down. I put the paperwork out there because I didn't see your channel went down. K-Frog had to tell me. And then you brought your channel back up and got on that rah-rah shit saying you never snitched. That's why I cut you off, right? K-Frog, I cut him off. He's got a paper saying he called 911. I'm not on none of that police shit. I'm not gonna rock with anyone that I have to explain to someone else why oh, nah, I mean, it says he implicated her, but he says he didn't. It says he called 911, but he says he didn't. It says he's a sex offender, but he says he was tricking her. I'm not gonna rock with anybody that got some fuck shit on their name that I have to explain why I chill with them. And I know you're not a gang member. You shouldn't get hit with no gang enhancements, cause your ass ain't even get DP'd for hanging with Mighty Mouse. So don't be on YouTube talking about your channel's positivity when the ones who do look up to you and look up to your influence are watching your fucking demise because you're lying to their face. It's 1090J.
Yeah, man. If y'all made it to the end, y'all drop that stronger emoji in the chat so I put a name. I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. I'm out this hoe.